She joins us now from Washington, and you're also going to fill in for me when I'm off, Laura. Are you ready for that awesome responsibility?
Well, Bill, I'm already figuring out segment ideas, and I think I'm going to do a body language segment.
Excellent.
For animals. For animals, though. For
body
pets.
language for animals. I love that.
That's what I'm working on that.
Okay. This kind of protesting that we've been documenting now for about 3 weeks, I believe is going to cause somebody to lose their life. What say you?
Well, look, I went back and looked at some of the articles, Bill, from 1996. Remember those black church burnings that were taking place back in 96? There were lots of articles, lots of commentary in places like the Washington Post about how this underlying climate of racism was perhaps behind some of these fires. And so I asked Gavin Newsom then, well, let's say someone went into an abortion clinic to cause trouble or to make fun of the people in there, or someone went into a mosque and tried to do the same thing. Would Gavin Newsom have kind of sat by and said, oh, well, a few people might be upset about this, but I'm really not going to get into the fray here? Of course not. Anti-Christian rantings and anti-Christian books are very popular right now, and they're selling, Bill, as you know, very big, from Christopher Hitchens to Dawkins and all the God delusion, all this stuff. They're making a lot of money. And Christians have sadly gotten used to the fact that they're called Jesus freaks, they're called Bible thumpers, they're routinely mocked, and apparently you can do pretty much anything to Christians in San Francisco and nobody cares.
But when you find a guy strapped with explosives on the steps of the church, and this is no accident. I mean, this progressive, crazy stuff has now been mounting and mounting and mounting. I mean, you can't tell me this guy didn't see what happened in the Catholic Church and said, you know, maybe I'll blow the church up. He's a nut. But where's the leadership? You know, Newsom is the mayor of the town. He won't even say, well, it offends me personally, but am I going to make a big deal out of it? You know, he'd be run out of town in most other cities. But I'm telling you, this is a growing thing, Laura, and it is brutal. It is going to get worse.
Well, and it requires the Catholic community, the Episcopal community, the entire community of faith, frankly, in San Francisco to stand up and say, we're not going to tolerate this. And for that blogger in Seattle, Bill, let me tell you about her, okay, because I saw her on Hannity and Combs last night. For her to say, well, I'm not condoning arson, I wasn't condoning arson, okay. But to say she understands the powerful nature of the church as a symbol of oppression. Right. Imagine if someone wrote an editorial saying, well, I understand the powerful symbol of a burning cross. Not that I would burn a cross, but I understand where they're coming from because that represents something to those to that racist ideology.
This Parvaz, though, she is an editorial person on the crazy Seattle Post-Intelligencer.
Right.
I don't care about her blog. But she holds a position of responsibility in a major American city.
Bill,
this is what's going on.
Bill, if this were about a group that was not vilified routinely without anyone standing up for them, which are the Christians, then this woman would have already been fired. Imagine if she had said this, about a politically correct situation. She would have been run out of that paper. Her office would have been boxed up, and she would have been escorted out by security. That's what would have happened.
I want to ask you about the Oklahoma law. It takes place today, very tough against illegal immigrants themselves. If an employer hires an illegal immigrant in Oklahoma starting today, that employer can be sued by any worker who thinks that that illegal took a job they could have. If you rent to an illegal alien in the state of Oklahoma, Laura, that is a felony. And a lot of people are saying this is too much. What say you?
Who's a lot of people?
No, there's a lot. Again, federal judge had a rule out last night.
Yeah, well, and it's been unsuccessful, thank goodness, in the courts, the challenges. People are fed up. Oklahoma does not want to become California and become a sanctuary for illegals. And I actually describe this as the anti-Spitzer law, because here we have Eliot Spitzer pushing for driver's licenses for illegals, obviously sending a signal that New York is going to be open arms for illegal aliens of all sorts. And Oklahoma is saying, look, the people don't want this. The people have asked us to do something about it. And you know something? We're actually doing something about it.
It's an interesting law. It's very tough. It's very tough. And I kind of feel sorry for the people. I do a little bit for the illegal aliens.
We all do. We have compassion for people for sure, but I also have compassion for law-abiding Oklahomans who want something done here, and they deserve it.
Laura, thank you.